What is up, awesome peeps? Brent McCluskey here with Electrified Reviews, and today we are reviewing the Green Bike Electric Motion X3 folding electric scooter. This is a pretty high quality, mid-tier electric scooter. It's a good commuter, good power, good range, a lot of cool stuff to dive into, but first, let's roll the B-roll. Okay, awesome peeps. Again, this is the Green Bike Electric Motion X3 folding electric scooter. And Green Bike Electric Motion, this company, they've got quite a few different products to choose from. They've got several different electric scooters. They've got quite a few different electric bikes. We've actually reviewed a couple of those. I'll leave a link here right at the top if you want to check out the review of the electric bike that we did with them. But this one right here, the X3 folding electric scooter, this thing starts for $1,290 USD. So this is not a, entry-level, affordable scooter. I mean, it's kind of affordable. Really, this is kind of a higher-end, more well-built, more robust electric scooter. This is really kind of like a commuting scooter, in my opinion. This is kind of that's what this is built for. There's a lot of reasons why we say that, which we'll dive into. But yeah, this is a commuting scooter, and yeah, I think that's kind of why the price is where it's at. It's not, you can use it for leisure, for fun, of course, but really this is meant for like going to the grocery store, for going to work to and from, to going around town, whatever. But this is meant to put some miles on it. This is not really like a, take it out every once in a great while and ride it. This is meant to put miles on it. So these guys also do have a 1-year warranty with the X3 electric scooters, so that's kind of cool. If anything goes wrong, they'll fix it for you. That's pretty generous for the 1 year. Typically, it's like 90 days for scooters this price point, so not bad. Only one frame size. It's gonna be this size right here. That does have a telescoping handlebar though, so that's nice. So you can actually raise and lower this to kind of adjust it to your height. And there also only is one color for right now. It's this black with kind of red accents, which always looks good. It's a classic, classic color combo for a reason. It's like, yeah, it just looks good. So look, let's dive into the specs here on the X3. We'll start here at the back with the motor. Of course, this is gonna be a 500 watt nominal output hub motor in the back. This is actually a pretty solid motor. I'm not sure what brand this is. I couldn't find any markings for the brand, but this motor is quiet, it is efficient, it's got a really, really nice controller on it. The power, the roll on of power is just super smooth on this, and it feels like it's a really good feel, this motor. Now, this 500 watt motor brings this scooter up to a top speed. Technically, the top speed is going to be 20 miles per hour, but we got it up to about 24 miles per hour on flat ground, which is pretty impressive, especially considering, I weigh about 185 pounds, so that's a lot of weight for the scooter to carry. Also, I've got about, 25 pounds of gear or so with me, so what is that, 210 pounds. You guys do the math, I don't know, man. I'm just here to show you the scooter. Anyways, let's move on to the battery, the electrical system here on this scooter. It's gonna be a 48 volt system, which is nice instead of a 36 volt system. So you're gonna get more power out of this, and you're also going to get, it's better for, for battery sag compared with 36 volt system. So having a higher voltage system, very nice. The battery itself is gonna be 13 amp hours for a max estimated range of about 30 miles. And the battery is gonna be right here, kind of built into the deck. So the good thing about that is the center of weight is very low on this scooter, because alternatively, some companies will put the batteries, in the stem right here, and they'll keep the deck, a lot thinner, and maybe they'll add a deck that has some flex to it, whatever. But yeah, the battery in this is in the bottom deck, so very good for stability. Like I said, low center of gravity. However, it's not really hot swappable, so you can't bring a spare battery and swap it out. So that's kind of the downside of having it like an integrated battery like that. The max range of 30 miles, that's, look, like we always say, okay, max range is just an estimate. It's just like highway miles per gallon estimates for car versus city, right? Depending on how I ride this thing, it's really gonna depend on how many miles I get out of the X3 scooter. So if I'm gonna ride it, you know, in a low pedal assist mode, flat ground, not full speed, I could probably get 30 miles, but me personally, I ride full throttle almost everywhere I go. I'm a heavier rider and I have hills in my area. So for me, I could expect about half of that, maybe about 15 miles. So yeah, it just totally depends on all the variables, right? Now, there's three levels of assist on this, but there's no pedal assist, obviously, because it's a scooter. Now, having the different levels of pedal assist, that's pretty important, and each level of pedal assist on this one actually does feel pretty different. Like a lot of times, I'm just gonna show you the display real quick. A lot of times when there's the different levels of pedal assist on these electric scooters, they all kind of feel pretty much the same. But I guess it's, you know, it's good that these different levels, they do feel pretty distinctive, and they're still functional. Like level 1, I can still get around on that. I don't know how much power it's getting out of the motor, but like on flat ground, I can still use level 1. And that's how I can really maximize the range. And on a lot of these scooters, maybe just because, you know, most of the time they're like 350 watts, 250 watts, there's just not enough power to ride it on a lower pedal assist setting or a lower assist setting. You have to ride it on, you know, the highest level pedal assist, or gosh, I don't know why I keep saying pedal assist, the highest level of assist. But with this one, that's not the case. So I definitely do dig that. And I attribute that to the 500 watt motor here in the back. But since we're at the display, we'll go ahead and keep going here with this. So 3 levels of pedal assist. It starts off in level 1 right here. You can use the up and down arrows to cycle through those. It's gonna be 2 and 3 is the max. We got the current speed right here in kilometers per hour. I'm sure you can change it to miles per hour if you want to. I think it's a 5 or 6 bar battery indicator here on the right. So not terrible as far as, you know, accuracy goes and like how much juice you have left. I always prefer to see a percentage indicator, but, you know, no big deal. Odometer right here, and then I think if you hit the power button, if you just tap it, it's gonna cycle through to a tripometer. I don't know what that is. Time ridden, and if there's any error codes, and then back to odometer. Pretty simple there. Throttle on the right. On the left here, on the left side of the handlebars, we're gonna have a bell, and we're gonna have a horn, which is kind of nice. I really appreciate the horn. It's kind of like, I don't know, like it's not as aggressive. Like the bell just sounds kind of aggressive to me, but the horn is a nice way to let people know, I think in a polite way, hey, I'm coming up behind you. You're not gonna scare them as badly as like a really loud bell. Anyways, yeah, so I like there's an option. You can use the horn or the bell, whichever one you want. I wanna move over to the brakes on this. This is one of my favorite parts about this bike, this scooter, is it does have mechanical disc brakes, which is fantastic, especially since this thing does go pretty fast, right? 20 miles per hour, really you can go probably about 24 miles per hour or so. So having mechanical disc brakes is excellent. You definitely want that. You need that extra stopping power. There's also motor inhibitors built into the brakes, of course, so if you have the throttle on, but you hit the, oops, wrong way. But if you hit the brake lever, it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop the motor from working. It's gonna cut power and ensure you have the shortest possible distance. Now, I want to show you the back here real quick, because what's very cool about this scooter is if I hit the brakes, you'll notice that the actual tail light lights up just like a car. So it lets people know, hey, I'm slowing down, I'm coming to a stop. It's kind of a nice like little safety feature right there. It also does have integrated lights in the front. It's gonna be this one right here. I'll go ahead and turn it on for you real quick. To turn on the light, I believe it's a long press of the down arrow. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Long press of the down button right there. And that's the light when it's turned on, the front headlight. It's not super bright. It's not really gonna illuminate your path very well, but it is gonna increase your visibility. It's gonna help other people see you, but it's not really gonna help you see the trail. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to ride this thing at night, I would definitely recommend getting an aftermarket light, something you can throw on your helmet, maybe something you can throw on the handlebars even, you know, just to give you some extra lumens while you're riding on the trail. So yeah. Now to fold this bike, it's pretty simple business here. It's not too difficult at all. Let me back this up a little bit more actually. There we go, we'll do that. All right, so folding the X3, very easy. To fold it, all you have to do, get the kickstand out of the way, pull this lever right here, and it's legit that simple. And then as soon as you bring it down, it actually locks right away for you. You can pick it up, carry it around. And that's kind of one of the cooler things about this scooter too, is it's easy to carry when it is folded up because it does lock like this. Total weight of the scooter is 36 pounds, not too heavy. And if you want to, for storage, you can actually fold the handlebars down as well, just to make it an even more slim, kind of compact thing going on here, right? To unfold it, same thing, just in reverse. Go like that. Push this up, lock it, deploy the kickstand, and you're ready to go. If you do want to adjust the height of the handlebars, you can do that just by undoing the quick release right here. You can move this up and down. What I like about this is they've given you enough wire right here so that if you're a really tall rider, you can raise the handlebars all the way to the top without having to worry about like pulling the wires out, which is a pretty common issue on telescoping stems. The wires can be an issue, but that's not the case with the X3. They've done a good job of thinking that out. I am not that tall, so I will bring this back down quite a bit lower. Overall, this thing it's just a pretty good scooter. The only real complaint I have about this, my only kind of like big critique for this scooter, is it does have a front suspension, which I really do love. Anytime there's suspension, that's just nice. Helps to kind of smooth out, the ride, makes it, more comfy. But the suspension doesn't really do much, first of all. It's just not very effective. Also, it does have pneumatic tires here, and the pneumatic tires, because there is air in them, it makes it for a pretty smooth ride without suspension anyways. You don't even need suspension on this one because of the tires. So also with this suspension right here, I'm gonna try to show you guys this whole kind of front wheel assembly is just it's a little loose. There's a little bit of play in this. So I'll show you here, I'll lock the front brakes, just trying to put pressure on the front and back here. And you might be able to see it, but there's just a little bit of play in the stem here and this whole front wheel assembly. That's kind of common for electric scooters with the handlebars here, the stem, whatever. But because of that, when I hit the front brakes, what I've noticed is, at least on this particular unit that I have, this whole front wheel assembly will chatter a little bit. So it's kind of like a when it's trying to stop if you hammer on the brakes. So maybe that's something that could be adjusted. As it stands right now, it's perfectly rideable. It's not really an issue. Just wanted to point that out because it is really the only kind of small, I would say, con or kind of downside to the scooter. Something maybe that might be able to be adjusted by you or perhaps even by the company before they send it out. Not really sure. But overall, it's a very good scooter. This would be an excellent choice for commuting. Like we said, getting to work, going to the grocery store, whatever. It's a fun ride, man. It's a good ride. And even though it's just a 500 watt motor, it feels pretty powerful. It feels more powerful than other electric scooters we've tested at 500 watts because, like we said, most of the time these scooters are gonna be 36 volt, and when you up the voltage, you just get a little bit more power out of the system. So look, we have reviewed this scooter, the Green Bike Electric Motion X3 4 electric scooter. So I think now it's just time to take this thing for a test ride. So here we go. All right, awesome peeps. That is it for the review of the Green Bike Electric Motion X3 folding electric scooter right here. In summary, guys, this thing starts for $1,290, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the entry-level electric scooters, but this is not an entry-level scooter. This is more of a solid, well-built commuter scooter. This is definitely meant for people who are probably going to be using this as like a form of actual transportation, either if it's just going around town, going to the grocery store, or going to work, or just having fun with it. It's definitely meant to last, and it's meant to go like a ways. Remember, this thing does have a 500 watt motor, so it's pretty powerful. The 13 amp hour battery with about 30 miles of range, so it does have a pretty decent range on it. And like we talked about, overall, the construction is really good, and I think this is going to be a scooter that's going to hold up for quite a while. I think this is going to be a good scooter for people who, like we just said, really want something that's going to be used as a commuting vehicle. Look, scooters are just easier to ride than skateboards. They're lighter than electric bikes. They're easier to stow when you get somewhere. They're fun, you know, and it's a good choice. So if you need a commuting electric scooter that has good stability, that has good value, good bang for your buck, and good quality, something that's gonna last you for a while, I think the Green Bike Electric Motion X3 folding electric scooter right here is going to be a good choice and worth a look for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying well, social distancing, you know, the 6 feet thing, masks if you got them, gloves if you can, wash your hands. You know, we just want you guys to stay safe out there. It's a really dangerous and scary time. So yeah, stay safe, awesome peeps. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.